Panasonic have dropped the GH5S, and when a camera drops with an S in the name, it makes me thinking about the A7SIII. What do we know? Well, for a start, it's probably not going to look like that, but very amusing all the same. So we know a lot more now than what we would have done last year, because we can take a lot of cues from the A7R3. It's gonna have this body, which means it will have the new battery, and it will also be touch screen. It will also have the more firmer plastics on the back, so more enjoyable for you to turn and twiddle. And it will also have the record button moved so that it's easier to stop and start. What don't we know? Well, we don't know what the megapixels are going to be. So what do we want? Well, let's have a look here. Let's start with focus. A7SIII never had the greatest of autofocus, so I would like to see a great improvement and the addition of phase detection autofocus. Doesn't have to be blistering like the A9, but if it can do something along the lines of Canon's dual pixel, then it's good to go. Not everyone needs autofocus, but for when you do, it's nice to have autofocus that works, and of course the GH5 and the GH5S has been the butt of many autofocus jokes. It's going to have dual memory card slots, that we know for sure. It will have USB-C, and one of those memory slots is going to be UHS 2. So what about 8-bit, 10-bit? Where are we going to see it go? I'm thinking 10-bit for some, but probably not for 4K 60. Is it going to have 4K 60? I think it has to, honestly. If it doesn't have 4K 60, that's it. I am out. It's a no buy. It's going to have image stabilization, which was dropped on the GH5. And a lot of people use that as a deal breaker, and that's for me the same as 4K 60. Without that, it simply isn't coming in, and I really don't think it's going to be 4K 60 10-bit, that's for sure. So what else could it have? New picture profiles. The A7R3 got a treat of a new picture profile. So will the A7SIII. How about HD? So we know that the GH5S has had a little bump up with resolution when it comes to what it can do. So it was doing, where are we? 4K 60, 30, 25, 24, 1080p up to 240. I would like to see that matched by the A7SIII, if at all possible. HD needs to be 10-bit. 4K, I'm not quite so sure where they're going to go with that. There's a lot of talk that the AVC-S codec can't handle 10-bit, but I'm sure Sony, in their wisdom, can think of a way around that. So where does that leave us? Updated electronic viewfinder, the same as the A7R3. That's probably going to be put in there. So if we summarize this, it's going to be an A7R3 with all the updates that's brought, with a different sensor, and possibly with HD 10-bit and 4K 60. Would that be enough for you to splash the cash? If not, let me know why, and let me know what you think it needs. to be able to compete in this ever-changing electronic world. As usual guys, it's been emotional.